Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, we're gonna do one game, and then we're gonna hop into a couple games that I wanted to go over. Wesley So versus Vladimir Kramnik, and Caruana versus Sergey Karyakin. Okay, let's get her going. Let's get it done. Okay, dokie. Come on. We're just doing good right now. Oh, that was a mistake. That was my fault there. I think I'm still okay though. Probably I should have taken it that way. Oh, interesting. Let's see here. Now let's go to a Wesley So game. Okay, let's do our Wesley So game. Alright, it ended in a draw. That was a close one. Okay. What this is Wesley So versus Kramnik, Vladimir Kramnik. This is the candidates tournament. So this is the game right after Caruana's game. So very important game for Vlad to play. He used black, of course. A draw when you're black is really good. Trust me, because you're down a half a move, not a whole move, but half a move down. So to get a draw means you have to equalize and then go on to win. So now our draw, excuse me, equalize and then keep the computer thing at 0. So Wesley goes c4. He's going for the English opening. He also goes. Vladimir Kramnik goes e6, knight f3 for Wesley. D5. And it's very interesting. It's a French kind of look but it's not. It's in English, but it looks very similar to the French. What my teacher told me would be that you can also play if you're allotted potentially a C6, so that when takes you can take back and you'll get into somewhat of a French structure. So it all depends if you guys like playing the French. So D4, knight F6, C3, knight of C3, and C5. So he did the Queen's Gambit declined. The semi-Tarrasch variation. So this is basically a Tarrasch variation. See, we were right. It looks very similar to the French, but instead of it having these pawns here, it's these two pawns. So the C and D pawns. So takes, a knight takes, and then he goes E4. Really good move. I like that move. That's strong. Knight takes, pawn takes, C takes, and C takes. Now Wesley has a really important imbalance in the position. He's got more central control. Vlad does, though. Endgame advantage for Vladimir Kramnik is he's got the outside passer. So if it gets to the endgame, these pawns, one pawn will trade off for that pawn, and he can get a potential pass pawn, outside pass pawn. So this is an endgame advantage, slightly for Vlad. So, but at this moment, Wesley's imbalance is greater because they're still in the opening / middle game, and what that means is center control is huge. And Wesley has all this. He has this. He has a knight attacking there, pawns, attacking, and then potentially you can even say a bishop, and then this bishop. So he's got a pretty good amount of attack. His bishops are free. This bishop, Vlad's bishop, C bishop, our light squared bishop, is actually a very bad bishop at this moment. So Vlad has to get his bishop, his light squared bishop, active. And so first there's a check, bishop takes, and queen takes. So now Vlad gave up his good bishop, but he'll have the ability to castle. And so Wesley brings his bishop out, knight comes out, and castles. So this is very equal of a position at this moment. There's really no loss, no gain. It's equal. So B6, rook AD1, and now both rooks come to the center. That rook attacks the bishop. The bishop retreats back. Solid. Vlad brings his rook to E8. And H3, kind of Wesley's waiting to see what Vlad's going to do. He kind of passed the move, say, here, what you going to do? Show me. Vlad brings there. Queen comes in. So now potentially there is a threat of knight, or maybe G4 comes over, knight up, and boom, baby, you get a potential mate maybe after queen slides over, something like that. So he's gotta, Vlad's not out of the woods yet. He's gotta keep an eye on Wesley's pieces. Activity is starting to amount on the king side, so he's got to be very careful. Okay, so Wesley wants to provoke a if Vlad does that, that'd be a really mistake, because yes, he could play there, and Wesley won a pawn, and it's a huge pawn. It's a pass pawn, so he can just play E5, pawn takes, and now Wesley's got a center passer, and it'd be really hard for Vlad to continue, because he also has there, and it's just like, whoa. So you just got to be very careful. So Vlad has to be very careful with that move. He brings his knight back. Queen comes back. Now it's attacking, potentially preparing maybe a thrust. And then the queen. Why did the queen retreat back? It never understood. Why didn't he just... I guess he doesn't want to draw, does he? What would be the best move? Probably there. That keeps the advantage. Okay, it's a draw. Alright. So... what happens if he plays... I don't know. I like this type of an attack here. I think this gives gives Wesley some really good counter attack, and then potentially there, and then maybe you could even mount an attack here. After rook takes, pawn takes, rook takes. Well, bishop takes. You get to control the... yeah, he gets here. You get to take there. Yeah, that would not be too good now that I think about it. Now that we think about it, that's not too good of an idea. It makes more... well, see, the only problem with blocking this is now the king doesn't have any flight squares, so that is a problem, so... I don't know. What would happen if he did take here? I kind of like that. I like playing with the bishops. I don't know. I guess I just like this a little bit more. I kind of like... I don't know. I just like... but I guess this is a weak pawn, so it's still drawn. Okay. Sheesh. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if that's good either now that we look at it. Oh, wow. Wesley missed the an imbalance sitch right there. So then now if there's a check, he can come up. And if he tries checking again, he just blocks. And if he takes, then he takes, and he's up. Even if that's played, he could come back and check, and even if there. Wow, there it is. And if that gets taken, then you just snap that off. If it comes there. Equal. So they're just maneuvering around now. See, if he takes here, Wesley takes there. Yeah, black has an advantage in that sitch. So we gotta make sure that there's no advantage for Vlad. See, that the bishop move is really interesting because it does stop the infiltration point of the queen. I think that's what Wesley was kind of a little concerned about. What would have happened if he exchanges? Oh, in that scenario, Vlad's in trouble because now the king can actually come over here. Oh boy, this is not good for Vlad. If this would have happened. Oh boy, it's almost game over now. Well, you'd push, that's right, and then when he came up, you bring your king up. It comes over. You push. King comes back. And now, if he comes over there, now you come back, and there's not enough time. You can just gobble that. He gobbles that. You come over here. And then he gobbles that pawn, but who cares? That goes up the board. And your queen, ouch. That would have been a very sore move if that would have been played. So they're just trying to maneuver around to see if there's any infiltration. Oh, nice move by Wesley. That was actually a really good move in my opinion. Vlad did some good moves too, but 1 second. Okay. That was a really good move. Okay, there. And then, okay, it's going in for infiltration points. Check. And if he takes here, what happens? Yeah, because this, I believe this is a mistake because you can just take there. Yeah. He takes there. That actually helps white out because of this pass pawn here. So, yeah, you don't want to trade queens off, so you'd want to retreat back. But check. And then if the king moves, you have a check. If the queen moves, if he takes, queen takes, and then the queen can implant itself right there. And if that's played, you can actually potentially play up. Yeah, that's potentially what I would. But then you're in a draw again. So that's more likely what we want because this blocks in the check no longer is applicable. Then you take there. Now if there's a check, you can now, if you want to play there, but I don't know. I think that still benefits black. Yeah, that black queen's too soon, so you have to play there, and then if he gets going there, then there's a check. Check, and then you're able to get in. You gotta be careful to stop this pawn. Yeah, it's still a draw. Let's try to see if there's any infiltration points for, or any chance to. Yeah, there's no way they could make any more progress, so that was a draw. Now this was a draw between Fabiano versus Karyakin. All the games today were draws, so it's the best I could do to find for you guys. So I'm trying to. So Fabiano is still half a point ahead. It goes, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Levon. Let me see. It goes Fabiano Caruana, number 1, Vladimir Kramnik, and Mamajaro. Those two are second. Then it's Ding Lauren is third, and Levon is third as well. So those both are tied. And then Karyakin and Wesley So are tied for last. So the lead is only held by half a point, so it's not out of the woods yet. So it's not like set in stone. But out of the 14 games, 5 games have already been played. So we're getting closer to who's going to be the candidates person. So 9 more games, guys. It's going to be interesting to see. The closer we get, the more intense and sharper the lines they're probably going to be playing, the players, because they're going to try to jostle for position on the rate in the ratings. So I'm probably going to say Levon's going to throw some of his favorite moves out there for us to see. So that should be interesting. I believe he faces. Who does he face? I think he faces Ding Lauren tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he already face? No, he already faced Ding Lauren. I'm trying to think who he's gonna face. I know that maybe he's facing Wesley. No, no, no. I think he's facing Caruana. I apologize, guys. I have to remember who's facing who because there's a lot going on. I believe that Ding Lauren is facing Vladimir Kramnik tomorrow, so that's going to be a really interesting game to watch. Those two players are very. One's more positional, like Vladimir's more positional, and Ding Lauren is more of an attacker. So we're gonna see a lot of sparks flying in that game for sure. Yeah, cause yeah, Ding Lauren has a lot that he can do. Oh, Wesley versus Levon. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, Ding Lauren versus Karyakin. Oh. See, I got them all mixed up. I forget which one's facing which. But no, I just forgot. I was gonna remember it and actually say it to you guys. But I remembered yesterday which ones were which. But um, for today's pairings. But for some reason I think I got them all messed up from yesterday. Well, yeah, there we go. That, yep. So it should be interesting. Yeah. Now aren't you glad that they have it wrote down for people to remember? That'd be otherwise we don't forget it. Okay, let's see here. So, night King the Indian game is really interesting. Yeah, true. That is true. And see, this was a really interesting game. I didn't know. Well, we all have our days, that we kind of, have hiccups in our play. So it's not. He'll probably play. He'll probably get like, I can't believe I made a mistake, and then he'll get all, focused back down, and he'll play a really good one. So. And who knows? Maybe Wesley will. Wesley, that might be the one that goes down in the papers tomorrow as an important game. Wesley versus Levon. Who knows? Because Wesley Levon has a really good style. I like how he plays in his style. He's more of a classical. He doesn't like draws, and he says, I believe it was in the Yazzer and Jennifer and Christian in the English one that Mickey Adams was playing in, that Levon does not like to draw with white. So if he's playing as white, he likes to win whoever he's playing against. So, and Bobby was that way too. Bobby did not like draws. He always wanted to go for the win, so he didn't prefer draws. But sometimes a draw is a win, so you have to kind of realize that that potentially is an outcome. If both sides play to their max capability in move sequences, you're going to have a draw because they both played uh, good moves, and you can't get upset with that. Okay, let's see here. So the Cataline, that's it. This should be an interesting one for sure. I like watching the Grandmasters. They show us a lot of things. True. You know, they all care about results, but um, if you're white, you have a half a move advantage, so a half pawn advantage supposedly. So white should want to strive for the knockout or the checkmate. So I feel the same as Levon. If I'm white, I try to win whoever I'm playing. I kind of like that way of doing it. That it doesn't matter who you're facing because you're not facing a player, you're facing the board, and that's what the super grandmasters have figured out. Caruana is not facing Vladimir Kramnik, or Vladimir Kramnik's not facing Caruana. They're facing their ideas on a board. So that's just how it has to be. You don't want to make it a personal thing. That's one thing I've learned, and if you can do that, then even if you're in a kind of position that you're not doing too well. Oh yeah, that is true. You know what? If it's like what we talked about on this stream, that it's all about learning, and sometimes even though I think it was Yazzer said on, I'm not exactly sure, it might have been the U.S. Open or something like that. It was one of the ones he was on with Jennifer. He says that when he lost to some players when he was first beginning, what happened was it took them longer to checkmate him, he said, which meant that they had to play harder and better to checkmate him. And he says that that made him feel better because they had to actually put more effort into it, and then he could take those games back and actually learn from those. And eventually he became a grandmaster, so it must work. So, you know what I mean? He's a grandmaster. So, you know what? It shows us just take our games back, learn from them, and continue to thrive, and we'll get there too. So just keep pushing forward, guys. Okay, let's see here. So bishop. This is okay. Nice. You got it. That's a really good move by Karyakin. He's attacking the center, opening up this on the bishop. So if he could trade off the light square bishop, the light squares around the king are weak. So this takes advantage. He's trading a side pawn for a center pawn, which would potentially make it an equal game if the trade happened. Maybe it's better for Fabi. So takes. Okay. Oh, that's funny. True. Let's see. Bishop e4. Wow. I gotta say that Karyakin's playing some really, sharp chess here. This is great. He's going all in. Yeah, he's taking advantage of the weak queen on c3. So that's a good move too. Let's see here. So there's three attackers. I believe that pawn's gonna fall. Yeah. So he takes with the knight. Takes. Bishop takes. And yeah, wow. That was an exchange mess and a half, man. Wow. It's going to end up becoming a draw. There's no it's just they're just going to be shuffling their pieces around. There's really no infiltration point for its opposite color bishop, which usually comes out to a draw. So, all right, now it's a good time to, because of the strength of the players, to agree to a draw here, because there's no real way of breaking through that fortification. No way of breaking through there, and these are solid, so it's gonna end up a draw. And there's no way of preventing. The next move is gonna be something like that, and it's I don't think there's really any way of. I think it's a 0. Yeah, 0-0. Let's just see. Yeah, there's no way of infiltration now. And if he plays there, yeah, they're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree. Yeah, they didn't want to have quick draws, so they did make a rule that you have to wait to a certain amount. Otherwise, it's not fun for the viewers that are watching the supers play. So, well, with that, we'll call her a do, and we're gonna go to some puzzles. So there we go. All right, let's do some puzzles now. I wanted to show those games. I really enjoyed those two games. They ended up draws, but it still was really interesting how they maneuvered their pieces around, and how they set up for the amount of trades that happened. They never gave up, and it ended up with draws. Very, very interesting. I liked those two games. We'll have to see what happens with the Wesley So Lavon game and see what happens there. That should be a really good match. Those players, the two players that are facing, are really good attackers and positional players. So I can't wait to. Let me see, Caruana. I can't wait to see what Caruana does. He's going to do good too as well. So let's see here. Let's see, what do we want to do? Hmm. Maybe we have a rook. I'm thinking bishop takes knight. Queen takes knight. I mean, takes bishop. Rook d a1. Rook fd1. Queen takes queen. Rook takes check. Bishop intercepts. Then pawn takes. I believe we win a piece in that scenario. What else does he have? I don't think we have anything else besides that, because there sets up for that. He has enough to that if we take here, the bishop could implant itself there, and then it attacks our queen. So we have to be fast with this. Yeah. Now let's see, which rook do we want to now we gotta decide which rook we want to do. Because there's a reason. Potentially, maybe it's rook a d1. That's what I'm thinking. I agree with you. I think that might be the move. Because the threat is here, and we don't want to have to move our other rook just in case. Let's see. I know I'm also trying to figure out, because there's a reason that they have you move certain rooks. Because I believe if we played there... Oh, I know why. Duh. Because if we played here, he can actually take... And then takes... No, that still doesn't... still is not the best move. Yeah, I like rook AD1. Because there has to be a reason. Why is that not right? Oh, the... Oh, and that that makes sense. Because now if we take here, he could take back. But if we play the A rook, there, it doesn't have as much threat right there because of our knight, because of bishop. Let me see. Because if takes, then we can actually take here, and then if takes, king takes. Okay, I see that. There's no check at that point. Otherwise, if we'd had this one here, he would take with check. I think that it gives us one tempo move that we need, so that even if he took, this rook's guarding, so it's not check. Okay, I got it. Gotcha. Let's see here. Yeah, I didn't see that either, but it just sometimes just sensible moves work. So, and we played a sensible rook move, so that even if the rook took, it wouldn't be check. So sometimes you have to just have it that way. Let's see here. Okay, if we play knight takes, and knight takes, pawn check, king comes up attacking rook. Potentially, I'm thinking it may be knight h4. Knight h4 might be the move, because the queen's trapped. This traps the queen. It takes the last square away from the queen, so that if knight takes, knight there, if rook takes, knight takes, pawn takes. The only stitch is he's there. I don't think we get anything after that exchange. We don't get enough. And he also, I think he has, if we took here, I believe he potentially has check. And I think it's mate. Because we'd have to actually come, well, we could come there. I guess it's not mate. I still think it's that, because even if takes there, so we're the queen's gone, a goner, because the knight guards there, the queen guards there, the rook guards there, knight guards there, the rook guards there. This is the move here. Trust me that this is the move. Yeah. Well, you kind of got to think. I sometimes have to think outside the box when it comes to move sequences. So let's see here. If we we can actually take queen takes with check. That's an interesting move. And then if bishop there. No, I don't like that. I don't like that, not one bit. No. Now that we think about that. But we do win a pawn, so that does win a pawn for us. Even if he plays bishop there, it doesn't really much cause any sitch to us. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, it's all about learning for sure. Trying to see what this takes. If you look at for drawbacks, the drawback of this take is that pawn allows for a check. So I'd probably say that the takes, because it stops the passer, is oh, you're kidding me. What did I miss here? Don't tell me it's knight. Knight takes? You're joking me. Why knight? Oh, because then you could take if you ever need it. Huh, let me see. Why isn't queen? I kind of see maybe potentially there, and then he's got a slight pin. Drat. That's okay. I have to remember, don't put your queen in harm's way, so I really thought that we could win with a check, but that was kind of a spike check, not a good check. Yeah, I think you're right on that. And it also doesn't activate the light square bishop. You could trade the knight off if you ever needed to for the bishop as well, so you're trading down. So that's kind of a benefit to that as well. It takes. So it takes. 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 Knight takes. And then takes. Unless it takes. 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 I think we're equal at that point. Yeah. So he rotates bishop. Queen takes rook. Bishop takes queen. Rook takes queen. Rook takes. And then knight takes. I think he's up in exchange after that. Let's see. This rook would be gone for that. This queen would be gone. So let's see. that would take back. That would take. No, it's equal material. We'd have actually I think black in this combination would actually be up a pawn, because he'd have 4. No, we'd have equal pawns, so it'd be a 0 position. 0 0. Let's see here. This attacks the rook, so. Wait a second, I think you're right. Wait, oh, the queen can't. Well, I guess the queen could take, couldn't it? Oh, because you have the same sitch, huh? Well, you have the knight protecting there. So rook takes. You could actually play knight takes. Then bishop takes, and queen takes, and then, huh? Hey Fox, how you doing? Okay, let's see here. I think we're down. I think he's up a whole rook. Let's see. So we'd have. See there. There. Queen takes. Bishop takes queen. Rook takes. Rook takes. Then knight retreats back. I think we're down. I think we're actually down in exchange in that. Let's see. This for that. That for that. That for that. That this one for that, and so I think we'd have that left over. We'd have. Would we actually be up at exchange in that scenario? It's very odd. I think that's right. Yeah, because then if takes here. Yeah. That was the tide turner. Good find there, Fox. Good find, guys, for working together. We work together as a team, so that's cool. Let's see here. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, starting to heat up, the candidates tournament. I gotta say, it's getting pretty interesting. I have a feeling tomorrow that there's gonna be something really cool happen. Interesting. Yeah, because if you play here, trying to see is there anything else he could do. The queen actually comes back and snaps that. Yeah. First of all, you have to take. Wow. He's very, very subtle. Very, very subtle. Let's see. I think we may have to go G6. Then when bishop takes rook, we have queen takes knight. He comes up. I don't really see anything else that we can do besides G6. Do you guys see anything besides G6? Am I missing something? I think. Do you see anything besides G6? I'm trying to see anything. I'm trying to see if there's any way to cover this. There's no real way to, because we don't have enough time to push with check. If we play here, he comes up and the rook attacks the queen. We don't have enough time. So that has to be the only move. Pawn G6. Do you guys see anything else besides G6? Because we're so close to solving this, I don't want to make a mistake for you guys. This there takes up, takes, and if queen tries to slide over, we just take the bishop. What do you guys think? Are we good? Are we all in agreement on it? Okay, let's give her a go. Yeah. One sec, I'll be right back. Alrighty, okay. Let's do this thing. Okay. Potentially we have bishop h6. If knight comes here, we snap off the knight, threatening mate, he'd have to push, then we grab that rook and it slides over. So, bishop h6, I think, puts the question to the king. And if he goes knight h5, we take. And we're still threatening mate. We do also have a potential e5 maybe, pawn e5. Interesting. Yeah, it's Nikes. Is it that simple? I think you're right on that one. That wins a bishop, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't see anything else besides that. Even if he tries to attack our queen here, we just snap off the knight, so we're good. That's it. Boom. Good job. I missed that for sure. I didn't see that. I thought we were gonna win a rook. Boy, I missed that for sure, for sure. You got it. That was the correct move. That was a really good find there, guys. That was fast. Really, really fast. Super, super duper fast. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? So we castled. Thinking maybe we jam a Thinking potentially it's that, because then when bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, you have there. And then we can snap that off. Or do we have f5 right now? Is it too soon for f5? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh. Forgot about that. You're right, he can take, so. Rook e8, yeah, that's forced. We're getting close to a Arabian mate. Because if we play here, let's say we play here, and he pushes, we can actually just take the pawn with check. If he comes over, we check, he comes back, and then we can push with check, and we got him. Are we? I actually like. I'm saying I like this one better. I like knight e5. I'm sorry, f5 isn't good. It's this here. I forgot. I forgot that's actually the best because it's most forcing attacks to the rook and. Yeah. So e4 is actually the correct move. And then if he plays, he can't play there at that point to block it. Trying to see, do we take the knight? I mean the rook. Let's see. Takes. So if we take here, pawn takes. rook there. If he pushes, we take, king takes, and then rook takes pawn. I'm thinking it's rook here though. Rook d5. Because if we go rook e1, he's got knight to c5. Well, I guess we do have that, don't we? We could just take too. Rook takes the knight, pawn takes, king takes. And we have this passed pawn that we can walk down the board. See here. No, I don't like that. It's potentially here or there. Yeah, I think it does too. So, I believe you're right on rook d5, because if he plays here, we just take the pawn, and that's not possible because of rook takes. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, this is the move right here. Good find. Good find, guys. Really good find. Yeah, I'll show you. I don't. The reason, and we'll go back here. We'll go over this because it is important. The reason this, I believe, doesn't work, I think he has something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's got that. Oh, he's got there. Oh, he's got just in time enough, and then he can take here. He's got enough material. Okay, that makes sense. That's why that's a problem. We're missing the one tempo of winning that one pawn. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see here. this is fun. We're doing good here, but it's just like, let's see, what's the drawback to that? Yeah, I was thinking queen e5. But do we get anything for queen e5 though? Well, if he does that, we win. If we play here. I think if we went queen e5, he potentially might go rook a1. See, there. I was thinking here, okay, if we play here, he plays there, we push. And then if he takes, we take, then we can actually, he might try pushing here, then we push, then he takes. So I'm not sure what the sitch is here. I don't know if we can we actually take at this point? What are we missing here? What are we missing? It is interesting. I think if we trade and then queen takes and then we bring our queen in, maybe we got something there. Maybe we have something there. But I'm not gonna move until we get a good look at this, because there's also a potential pin. Yeah. I like this idea. Then if he goes here, you have bishop c2, and then we have a threat of mate. I like your guys' idea, e5. Yeah. We can't go there. So this move doesn't work because the queen guard's there. So we have to trade off queen takes queen, knight takes, and then rook takes. There's no real reason. There's no way to really save the rook. So we just move our king up and we can just play there. Yeah. One more. One more. One more. Yeah, it doesn't win a piece. Let's take a look to see why that. Okay. Potentially something like that. And then and they come. Yeah. That was an interesting move for sure. That was actually a fun one. We'll do this one, and then I got a log. We're doing good, guys. We're on the upward trend. We're improving. Let's see here. See if we take, let's see if we played bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, bishop takes bishop, queen takes rook, knight, queen takes queen, knight takes, rook comes over, attacks, we win there, we're attacking. I'm not sure, can we actually take the knight here? Takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, queen takes, knight takes, over, and then takes. And if he comes down here, tries to stop us, we then just push up. We have a retreat square for our knight to go to. I believe we'd be up a ton of pieces. Oh, you're confused? Okay, I apologize if I went too fast. Okay, this is the whole idea. This knight has the purpose of guarding this square for a 3-move combo. See, if we ever played here, we took, and then he played rook over. We can't take here because this knight would take back. So first of all, for our combo to move, this knight has to be disposed of has to be taken out. And then at that point, this square is weak. So bishop takes, knight takes, you sure it's bishop though? I guess I see why, because oh, I get it, because then that puts the question there. Then we takes, take there, and then we can actually at that point come in takes. Okay, I see why it's the bishop. Oops, don't tell me it's the knight. You're kidding me. Why doesn't our idea work? Why doesn't this work? Oh, that's sneaky. Sneaky. We have to take. Otherwise he can attack there. Sneak. Okay, we'll do one more. Cause you're confused? It's really interesting. Yeah. But that was a really interesting puzzle for sure. Wow. Whoa. Okay, let's see here. We check there, he comes up, we take check, he comes over, and then we should have a mate in 3. 1 up, takes, check, the king moves there, and then this rook right here moves there. And that should be checkmate. Wait a second, he might intercept there. Let's see here. No, he can't intercept. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Yeah, exactly. This is the move right here, because he has to go up. If we do rook, he's got checkmate. If we do rook f1, he's got check. Then we move our king, check, and then we have to move our king back. Then the queen slides over and mates. This is the forced line. See, if he plays back here, we just take, and potentially, I guess he could come up. We win a whole rook. Yeah. Now that I think about it, this is a we can't do this though. We can't play there because if we do, he mates us in 3 moves. So yeah. Yeah. I still think we're okay if we take. Well, if we take here, he's got there, and we don't really acquire anything. It'd be more of a perpetual. So if we take here, we're actually fine to take, because even if he can't check us there at that point, he can only check us here, and then we move our king, and then he only has 1 check there, and we get out. I believe that taking is correct in that scenario. Yeah, but we're still fine, because if you think about it, we take here, he comes up, right? We get a move, so we get, potentially we might even have this ability here. Rook up there, rook to e4 with a threat of mate. What do you guys think? I believe that has to be that's the only move that works. That has to be the move. That we win a whole piece at that point, and we can maneuver around. Yeah, I truly believe taking, we win a whole piece, and we can maneuver with that, and we actually get the move at the same point as well. And then I believe it's queen to f 6 is the move. Yeah, queen f6. So that even if he plays there, we can move our king over, and even if they pushes, we actually take with our queen, and we're still good to go. Only move. And then we take, and we save the game. Okay, well, guys, I got a log. I thank you all for coming on. We're doing it. We're climbing up the ladder one step at a time. So thank you again for all coming on, and we're getting better. You know, we just got to keep plowing the fields. You know what? The harvest will come. The sun's gonna shine on it, and the rain will rain on it, and the crops will grow. We just got to be patient. You know, a farmer has to wait for because inside the ground, the seed starts sprouting, but you don't see it for a while. But then when it does, bang, you got so much. Corn's the same way. You could take a small kernel of corn and make ears and ears of corn. And that's how growth is. It looks like we're not doing a lot, but trust me, when those ears of corn start coming out, and we have all those small ones to plant, we'll have a massive field. So we just got to keep pushing forward, okay, guys? And remember that you only go back to learn. You never continue to dwell. Oh, line. Oh, gotcha. Sorry about that, Fox. Almost forgot about a line you wanted to look at. Sorry. Oops, that was my fault there. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Let me get that. Let me get that taken. Apologize about that. Let's see, where did we leave off here? Okay, there. I wanted to get this right for you guys. Which line here? Okay, instead of taking. There we go. Okay. So you were talking about Queen E1, King H2. Sorry about that. I almost forgot. I got caught up in the moment there. Let's see there. King H8. Sorry about that, Fox. I don't want to leave you guys out. Yeah. Let's see. So we check there. Queen. You're right on that. Yep. Up. Takes. Almost got it so far. Queen check. King F8. So your line's 100% accurate. So far, the computer really approves of it. F8, G. Takes. Let me see. And then the queen comes. Yeah, we're still winning here. And then you have check. Yeah. There we go. Is that okay? Do you have any? I apologize, guys. I forgot to look. Does anybody have any other lines before? So that yeah, because I don't want to leave anybody out. Do you guys have any other lines for this? Do you have any other lines? Are you all good? No, yeah. Our queen was blessed. We were able to catch it in time. But do you have? So you guys are all good. You're good. Okay. Any? Oh, so okay. Okay. Hey, not a problem. Sorry about it. I didn't. I sometimes I forget. I'm glad that I remember to go back. But okay. Okay. All's good. Okay, guys. Thank you. Remember, just keep pushing forward. Keep fighting the good fight. Learn from your mistakes, and just keep doing chess. As Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, God bless, guys. And I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Keep up the good work.